Excellent. Trap. Mark's going to go wherever I go.
Self-defense tip number 3.
I've saved some of the best stuff for last. We're dealing with all types of bodies, trained fighters, big guys, little guys, violent women, universal applications. One of the great things about the human body are the hands. I'm going to show you what I call finger magic. Finger magic means that we're going to either break the fingers, separate the fingers, we're going to use them for immediate pain application, takedowns, come-alongs. Mark's here to help me demonstrate. As we apply this, I'll go over some basic principles, then we'll go live action and review that as well.
Hey, Jimbo here with a quick announcement. What if you had a handful of simple moves that could end a fight in a couple of seconds, even against larger, stronger men? Well, that's exactly what I've got for you. And it's yours for free from the link in the description. 15 ultra brutal fight-any moves that are surprisingly simple to learn. Outside the U.S. Special Forces, not a lot of guys know these. But when it hits the fan and your life is on the line and you need something truly nasty to end a fight in a couple of seconds, you're going to want to know these. This brutal hand-to-hand training is yours for free. Just get to the description below and click on the link. Okay, back to our video.
Here's a come-along. The come-along means I just want him to go wherever I'm going. I want to escort him out of the building. As a cooler or a bouncer, there may be situations that call for me to have somebody leave. Somebody's where they don't need to be, I'm going to take him with me. Great for teamwork. If I have another bouncer beside me, talking to this individual, he's not paying attention to me, I'm simply going to take my hand relaxed into the palm of his hand. Slide his elbow with my opposing hand into this pocket, then bend the fingers down. Without Mark's hand, technique looks this simple. Without aggressively grabbing the hand, if I aggressively grab his hand, he's going to pull it away, and I've lost my technique. If I come up, place my hand softly on the palm of his hand, trap the inside of the elbow, tuck it in between our arms. Now I'm going to bend my pinky finger, or excuse me, my index finger down towards me. Mark begins to try to alleviate the pressure and go up. I can reinsert it. Now, Mark, we're going to take a walk. Mark goes wherever I want to go. Excellent. So, let's look at the hand trap. Index finger is going to push his finger away from his body. This keeps him from rolling out. If I want to make the technique a little more brutal, I let the other fingers go, isolate one finger at a time with multiple fingers. If I want to go for the break, I just pull the fingers all the way down. Again, quick come along. Relax, tuck it in, walk him off the set. Excellent. Let's review real quick. Finger split 1, soft block, down he goes. Finger split 2, he gets his grip. Here, split, down he goes. Excellent. Palm push from the handshake. Here, push, slide in, palm push. Get him away from you. Come along. I want to take him off this area. We're relaxing, talking to my friend. Excellent. Trap. Mark's going to go wherever I go. Excellent.
Self-defense tip number 2.
As he grabs here, I bring him offline. As I invert what we call bringing pinky to the sky, all I have to do now is point where I want him. I want him down, I point downward. Gently, because this is what we call an inverted wrist pressure technique. That as you create the bind here, as you can see, a slightest movement drops his spinal alignment. One more time, please, very slow. As he gains possession of me, I trap, moving and fading off the line of attack, create misalignment, inversion of the hand, raising pinky to the sky, and then I just gently point the fingers downward. As it creates misalignment to his spine, it brings forth the neutralizing process.
Hey, don't forget about those 15 brutal fight enders. This training is yours for free from the link in the description. I honestly don't know how long the powers that be will allow this stuff on their platform. It's pretty over the top, but it's easy to learn. So get to the link in the description right away.
Normal speed, please. The more I point down, the more he is neutralized. We do not want to cross over and become submissive fighters. If we bring them into a point of submission or neutralization and try to create submission, we're going to do so in the typical manner, dropping our center over him and our weight and trying to exert force. But if he bends that force is blended with, and it creates offset for myself. One more time, please. Slow. Right here, as I drop into that 60-40 split that we spoke about earlier and point down, that's all that is needed right here.
With my free hand, there's no counter for this?
If he should attempt to counter with his free hand, we would just simply blend in the rotation method by pointing in the direction we want him to go, which is downward. And again, it is not literal. We're not going to actually point down. We're going to point into that direction. Downward motion creates downward effect. Upward motion creates upward effect. As we stretch the spine, we compress the spine. Either one will allow a neutralizing process to come forth. I'd like to speak real quick on that in relation to the extensions, grabs, and punches. It is an elongated state of the spine. Anytime the human moves, would you demonstrate a walk for me, Kevin? Just a basic walk. Every step up is an elongated process. Every step down is a compressed state. Every time he moves, he elongates or compresses the spine. If we blend our motions of defense, which is raising or cutting an arm, what we call cutting is dropping down, I will blend that with the motions of his spinal elongated state or spinal compressed state, and that's what makes the neutralizing process, the removal of the balance, to come about very easily.
Number 1.
You need to be aware of your surroundings and environment at all times. Let's take these techniques a little slower. As I approach, I see that this individual is coming at me. I'm also aware of my surroundings and that I can't retreat, run into the person that's behind me or the table. So I have to let this attack come. As he approaches and swings, I adhere to his fist. By doing so, when he throws it, a snapping motion onto his hand will force his thumb to separate. I will then use a thumb lock, which is placing one finger on the joint, pushing the thumb off, and snapping it down. Taking him to the ground in that motion, going down. When I'm doing this, I notice that this individual is also approaching, so I turn my hips to face him. Now, I could attempt to totally disable him with the thumb lock, knowing that this individual is also having the ability to swing as well as grab, or even just push me off balance into, I need to get rid of him quickly. So as he approaches, I want to take a finger lock, which is pushing these fingers into the palm of my hand. As he comes, I push him in and use the leverage from my hand once he goes and breaks his balance and locking him down. I can take both of them and continue to put pain compliance on them to end their attack. I'm going to show this one more time. As the attacker got up, grabbed his weapon, and approached the victim, I went into a chin lock, taking him off balance. I could have done a number of different things. One, I could have went into a bar arm. I could have kept him up, walked him off. But because of his size and the weapon in his hand, I chose to take him to the ground. And taking him to the ground, I lock him out. The battle's of no use to him now.
Let's start off with some simple techniques, such as shaking hands. When I was a bouncer, I noticed when people shake hands and grip, I would actually take my thumb, go over their knuckle, the thumb, press down. Once you do this, you go in, switch the wrist, and this is called control. Anytime they start countering or starting to punch, it would add more pressure to his wrist. Do it again. Shake hands. He tries to overtake him, press down. Take his wrist in. Take him outside.
Final notice about the 15 Brutal Fight Enders. It's simple, easy to learn, and devastatingly effective training taught to special forces, but typically not to civilians. You can get it for free in the description. Just hurry. I doubt this is going to be around for long, so I'll see you over there.